reason stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm checking a couple things here. All right. It's been has been hooking to my microphone. Ow. That was not funny at all. So good morning, everyone. We're here. It's Friday. Friday. I don't know about you guys, but Friday really isn't any different for me than any other day. So I'm wearing our shirts, wearing one of our shirts. And I'm going to tell you, these are good shirts because I am already hot in this thing. So I'm going to go turn on my fan. Unless you guys want me to do it shirtless. And I don't think you want that. All right. So today we're talking about how we are allowed to have emotions. Good morning, Jerry. Good to see you, brother. Let's get some air in this place. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm actually ready now. Yes, if you were here, please say hello, whether you're watching the rewatch or the live. Chris, Gary, good to see you guys. We don't have anybody on Instagram yet, but that'll catch up. I'm sure we'll see Jackie or somebody here shortly. So, all right. So let's get started. Before we get started, I wanted to talk a little bit about the different ways to get sober. You guys know I'm an AA guy. I love AA. I'm also one of those people that believe that AA is not the only way to get sober. I have watched people get sober several different ways. Okay. But this is what it comes down to. If you have decided to go a different route, that doesn't give you a right to put AA down. If you are comparing one program to another, you're already wrong. Does that make sense? Because that does not go that doesn't go with love and tolerance. That doesn't go with Shane. Good to see you, bro. That doesn't go with love and tolerance, right? And us AAers, we need to be quick to realize where religious people are correct, right? Instead of just bashing on these people. My brother-in-law is pretty religious. He's a great fucking guy, man. He's a lot like the only difference between me and him is I'm an alcoholic. Otherwise, he and I are a lot the same. We love the same stuff. We have the same voice. We have the same haircut. Right? But we are not that different. He and I both have anger problems. But we could talk about these things, right? So don't be so quick to judge, man. Just because something isn't working for you doesn't mean it isn't right for somebody else. That is not for you to decide. Besides, this is what it comes down to. When we get here, you don't know shit. So just shut your mouth. All right? Your best efforts got you here. And if you are busy judging other people, you are not working on yourself. Period. You can't do both. You may be able to chew gum and walk, but that's going to be about it, guys. You can't be married to two things at once. Does that make sense? So you can't be happy and angry at the same time. You can't be judgmental and have a loving God at the same time. They cannot live in the same space. Jerk. Cat scared the hell out of me. All right. So what am I talking about when I say we're allowed to have emotions? All right. It is okay to have emotions, man. It is okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It is okay to cry. It's okay to have these things. It's what we do with them. If you two don't stop, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. We're nuts. Yeah, like they listen to anything that I say. They don't even know what being in trouble is yet, because I don't know. I spoil my cats, so therefore they run all over me. So anyway, they're little jerks, man. I love them. I love them. So they make me happy. Anyway, now that see how you guys see, you got me a little. Yeah, I was a little frustrated there. Yeah, I'm trying to do something. They're running around being a little. Yeah, but this is their whole world. This little basement. So gotta be okay with that, right? So it's okay to cry. It's okay to do these things. It's when we overextend ourselves. Okay? Let's go with anger because it's easier to understand for some reason. When anger turns into rage that turns into resentment, now we have something wrong. It is okay to be angry, but it's not okay to stay there. If somebody made you angry, then there's a process in which we use in order to get rid of that anger so that we can move on. Okay? Now, and you guys, now it is, here's the thing. When it comes to happiness, if you are overly happy, if you are on your pink cloud, which everybody has every now and again, right? You are not as helpful to people as you think. Well, I'm running around spreading the word. No, you're shouting from the rooftops, and it's not something we do. You have to. What we do is we meet people where they are at. Does that make sense? And if you are up here, you are not doing that. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy that your pink cloud. Enjoy it, because it's going to end. Just make sure you have your feet firmly placed on the ground. But don't go running around thinking you have it, because you don't. All right? Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm doing good. Got 60 days, feeling real well. Wait till you hit that 90 and the 4-step starts. When shit gets real. Yeah. When it gets real. So it is okay to have these emotions. It is what you do with them that counts. Okay? So we cannot be overly mad or sad, right? Or at least stay there. We cannot be overly happy or excited. I have relapsed more times because I was happy. Okay? So what happens when you bring them together? Look who I found. I found God. Right? And that's where I like to live. That's balance in our lives. Yeah. I've already cried this morning. I saw something that made me tear up a little bit. Sometimes I cry because I'm happy. Weird. It's called joy. When I see a parent get back their kids, I'm going to cry every time because I know what that's like. I know that feeling. I know the feeling of the loss. That's why. That's why I know that. Let's get to some daily reflections. Let's see what it has to say. I haven't even looked. Seaside Sobriety, welcome on Instagram. Good to see you. Welcome. I do a daily reflection every day. It's kind of hit or miss. I usually try and do it around 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time if you want to join us. But please feel free to join us. I do this every day. So it is August 6th. That's August 8th. Good, because I saw that and didn't want to talk about it already. The 8th was made a list. I don't feel like talking about the ninth step because I only got 5 minutes. All right, driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, self-pity, we step on the toes of our fellows and they retaliate. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 62. I don't need to open the book. I already know that. Whoa, there goes Instagram. I got to get that set up a little bit better. Sorry about that, Seaside. Didn't mean to drop you like that. Love you, brother. So doesn't this kind of go along with what we're talking about, that you are allowed to have emotions, right? We're allowed to have emotions But when it starts to become frothy emotional appeal, we turn people off. Nobody wants that. I have found that out. Nobody wants to hear my anger. Okay? Can you blame them? I don't want to hear my anger. Nobody wants to hear about my poor me. Nobody wants to hear that. All right? Or maybe if I do talk about it, it's going to be a little bit so people understand. But then we have to get to a solution, don't we? Because if we live in the problem and focus on why, then we'll never move on. We'll never become the people that we truly need to be. And you know it. You can feel it. You can feel it. You know where you can feel it? Right down here in your tummy. Right? Why? Because we're still 2 years old, man. That's okay. That's all right. But yeah, so selfishness, self-centeredness, that we think is the root of our problems. Driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, and self-pity, we step on the toes of our fellows and they retaliate, seemingly without provocation. But we invariably find that at some point in the past, we have made decisions based on ourselves that later place us in a position to be hurt. We did it to ourselves. Aha. Wait a minute. You mean that anger put me in a position? You mean that over happiness put me in a position because I was so happy that I decided to talk about stupid stuff before the meeting and just piss everybody off because I'm in such a great mood and I just want to talk about that. Yeah, that's what happened. You stepped on the toes of your fellows and they retaliated. Yeah, you bet. So don't step on the toes of your fellows and they won't retaliate. Pretty simple, but it's not very easy to do. You're going to find that that's going to be very hard. So how do you do that? Take 5 more seconds. No matter what mood you are in, even if you're feeling balanced and feel okay, take actually 3 seconds is more than enough. Take 3 seconds of time and think on that, of what you're going to say. Before the meeting and you're doing the Serenity prayer, ask God, hey, speak through me. If I talk today, please speak through me. Give me your words. That's what I always say. Always. I do it before I come on here. This is God's word. This isn't mine. No. I'd like to say that some of it is mine. But I'm not going to. You guys know we can't take the credit. That's the hard part. And sometimes I want to. My selfishness was the driving force behind my drinking. Yep. I drank to celebrate success. I drank to drown my sorrows. Dear Lord, it's like it's reading my mail today. Humility is the answer. Absolutely. Humility. I learned to turn my will and my loaf. Here's a loaf of bread, God. Here you go. It's pumpernickel. I'm in a weird mood. Take those 3 seconds. I'd taken those 3 seconds. I learned to turn my will and my life over to the care of God. My sponsor tells me that service keeps me sober. Yes. And that's a great way to get out of selfishness. Go sweep and mop the damn floor. Put in some, but that's not me, that's below me. No, it's not. We all did it. Man, I remember when Primary Purpose Club, the very first club off of Old Wadsworth. Chris, you remember that place? I used to clean that place every freaking day just because I needed something to do. And Ron down there was kind enough to let me do that and hang out. And he would let me do that work so that I could be a member of the club. Pretty cool. But I had to ask. Have I sought knowledge of God's will for me? Have I done service for my AA group? Have you done service for your AA group? For your home group? Well, I don't have a home group. Why don't you have a home group? Okay. Let's talk about home group. Oh, 15. I'm at 15 minutes, so I'm going to make this short. Find a home group. Me too, Chris. I miss it. And now it's a damn liquor store. They should have just let us keep that place. We were doing so much good there. We were in the perfect place. Anyway, find yourself a home group. Okay? If you're not feeling comfortable in the group that you're in, check out other groups. It's okay. I tell newcomers that in my home group. If we're not your cup of tea, find another meeting. It's okay. I just want you to have the chance, man. That's all I want. And it doesn't have to be through me. I don't care. All right, guys. I love you. You know I love every single fucking one of you. Have a day.